I don't care what anybody says, Luca Guadagnino's Call Me By Your Name is a generation-defining masterpiece, so let's talk about it in this new episode of Thought Daughter Summer with me, Sumi, and today we're talking about Call Me By Your Name. I've said this before, but I think there's one line from Sufjan Stevens' Mystery of Love that encapsulates the filmmaking style of this film perfectly, and that is, "Oh, to see without my eyes." To feel something so profoundly and completely that it makes you feel like your senses are inadequate, that is Elio's whole experience, but also ours as the audience by the end. Let me explain. Luca Guadagnino makes inanimate objects and spaces feel alive in this film, and he understands that desire lives in the peripheral, and in order to make an audience feel those feelings, we need to understand what these spaces feel like, whether it be through Oliver touching a wall while descending the stairs, Elio touching the railing, them both wiping the handlebars of their bikes, lingering on Elio's spot. These are the heart and the core moments of the film. These objects and spaces become charged. The Perlman house itself is a character. Every single location feels inhabited, and by the end of the film, you grieve the spaces as much as you do the relationship, because it almost feels like you were there too, and that is also precisely why I think so many of us long for something like a Call Me By Your Name summer. I think no matter who you are, we've all been in a similar position to Elio before. Maybe not the exact situation, but we've definitely all experienced wanting to discard your emotions so as to forgo the uncomfortable when growing up. Mr. Perlman's monologue to this day feels like an absolute gut punch. I've seen this film like 10 times, and I cried last night in my screening, okay? As unbearable as those emotions seem in the moment, we have to go through them if we want to emerge on the other side a better person and somebody who has learned something and, is able to offer something while being alive and being a human being and the human experience. By the end, you're devastated, inevitably. You're sat there in front of the fireplace, forced to sit with the uncomfortable. This is something Luca Guadagnino doesn't shy away from. You're forced to sit with Elio staring into the fire, sobbing, potentially, if you're me. We've spent the entire film inhabiting his world so completely that the heartbreak has nowhere else to go but literally into you, and you feel it. It's such an incredible film. It, to this day, is my favorite Luca Guadagnino film. It's his magnum opus, in my opinion. It's my favorite Timothée Chalamet performance. To this day, I'm never ever going to forget the first time I watched this film. Let me know if you've seen it. I'm sure you all have. This is probably one of the most over-discussed films on the internet, but I love it so much. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you remember the first time you saw Call Me By Your Name, how it made you feel, and I'll see you guys very soon.